streaming. That will go through to there, maybe. Yeah, sure. What I should also do is edit the. It's small for me. Just so I can track the video a little better. Right. Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix and welcome to a completely organised stream. Yeah, whatever. Normally I do Minecraft, but I'm in that stage of Minecraft where to be fair, the videos never really get many hits, but also I'm in that sort of weird stage of Minecraft at the moment where everything's sort of in progress. Things are being done, but not much is really going on. It's a whole thing. I'm in the soul bead stuff at the moment, but anyway, when last we saw this game was Wednesday, I think. I saw update over it's coming out and thought, yeah, sure, I'll stream that. So I sort of built up a sort of a very basic sort of base here. Realised that this is way too far over, so this all needs to be fixed at some point, but never mind. I saw this. I hate YouTube Shorts, but I saw this thing. It's like everyone's first base is basically this, and then it just goes into complete nightmare chaos, and office memes get put on and all that. And it's like, yeah, I can see why new players could just kind of build web of belts. In fact, everybody ends up building a web of belts, and sooner or later you just kind of think, well, maybe we can just neaten it up just a tad, just that it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. Anyway, my power grid has just shut down because that's the state of the game right now. I am going to be... yeah, that's run out of power. Let me just see what I can do there. Anyway, what is Satisfactory? Satisfactory is a game about ruining a planet through automation. There's no, hey, let's do the greenest form is like geothermal. There's no, hey, let's make a base that's economical to the planet. Oh no. This is quite a cynical take on just factory builder. You know, this is humans basically. This is land on a planet, ruin it. That's kind of how I see this game anyway. But I love cynical takes on stuff. As my little experiment project that I'm doing with Unreal at the moment, I'm building this sort of cynical take on recycling, just because I think it's kind of, it's I feel like a lot of people are trying to do recycling these days, and pretty much everybody's getting it. Well, governments certainly are just getting it wrong. If Malaysia is anything to go by, they're sending back a whole load of stuff that was just dumped on them by Canada, Britain, America, stuff that can't be recycled, stuff that was meant to go off to China, but China didn't want it, and the private company who was given it to sell just didn't know what to do with it, so they dumped it in Malaysia. So with that sort of inspiration, it's like, oh, how can we sort of gamify this? And I just find that kind of fun to kind of think about how to gamify stuff that's not really been touched on before. Okay, I need to fix this. This is going to be a bit crude, but this is just meant to be a sort of a chill Sunday stream. This might be my Sunday replacement for Minecraft. I don't know. We'll see how the videos do, as always. Well, stream, not video. I'd do a video, but I'm too lazy these days. I don't really quite have the time or patience for it. Alright, so this one, it's just gonna be, yeah, this is horrible, I know. But that will do that, and then we'll have a second one that's just whatever, just kind of goes in here, and like that. So now we're just splitting off. So this is just a standard conveyor splitter. Just just doing just splitting the input. So we've got a stash of wire and a stash of cable, and later on we'd also do take off a line further back probably and do something else, but I can't remember what it's called, the copper thingamajigs, but we don't need those yet because we don't have pipes. But right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just working towards getting the chainsaw, because the chainsaw will make my life a lot easier, and part of this game is about making your life easier. What you don't want to be doing is running around making everything. What I do want to be doing though is running around, and the factory will just run in the background. What I do need to do is run around and grab bushes, because I'm going to run out of power. That's going to happen sooner or later. Should know, if I haven't already, this is update 8. They've added stuff. Well, we might come across the stuff they've added, we might not. They've added some high-level bosses. Updated to Unreal Engine 5, though not completely. They've not done Lumen. There is an option to turn on Lumen. I'm not turning that on because it's experimental and it's not optimized. The game's not optimized for Lumen. If you don't know what Lumen is, okay, Unreal Engine 5 added a lot of very important things to the games industry. If you want to have your own engine, well, whatever, but if you want to use Unreal Engine, these are quite big things. So Lumen allows for basically being able to light your worlds even easier than before. You basically stick down a global light and it works out all the reflections, so you don't have to deal with cube maps. I don't think you might need to deal with cube maps, but you don't have to worry about light placements and reflections and making sure that all of your textures are doing what they should be doing and all that sort of thing. Unreal Engine automates a lot of that. What else do they have? They have Chaos, which is the new physics engine. Having some fun with that at the moment in my own project, but we'll probably moan about that in a minute, because whatever. But Chaos basically should stabilize the physics that we see, especially with vehicles on platforms. They shouldn't bounce around so much, apparently, which is good, because if you come over a hill too quickly in this game, chances are you're going to bin it. Even worse is obviously when the AI bins it, the AI may not actually be able to get itself out of trouble. So yeah, that's a thing. There's another thing that they've done, Nanite, which allows for being able to render really complicated meshes really efficiently. So this rock, so they've done it with all the rocks apparently. They've not done it with everything, but the rocks are nanite, and what it means is that you can have quite high detail of mesh there, without sort of worrying about lodding. It's just a high level of detail of mesh, but that is really optimized, so it doesn't impact performance. And the way that they actually show it is with donuts in the demos, where they just have a level that's just full of donuts of individual physics objects, and the game is running smooth. No matter what computer you are on, most engines would not be able to handle that level of donutage. And in fact, they would probably have to use some tricksy methods to basically not render donuts further down, or maybe amalgamate it into one sort of big sort of mesh block, kind of like what they do with Farming Simulator with the grain and the grass and all that. Instead of individual grains, it's a mesh that's kind of filled up. Gold Rush does something similar, I believe, with like it's dirt stuff and putting dirt in. You're not putting individual clumps of dirt in, you're putting in coding that makes it look like it's doing it. But Nanite doesn't do that. Nanite just renders each individual mesh, but really, really well. And so, obviously when Unreal Engine 5 came out, very big for the games industry, because Unreal Engine 5 is unbelievably easy to use once you start to get your head around it. And as I said, I've been having some fun with it this week, because I'm trying to work out physics handles, and I'm not... The problem is, and this is where I get into my slight rant about video tutorials online, is that either you have a video tutorial for an old version which no longer works, or you have one for the latest version that's like 20 minutes long. And what I found with tutorial videos, when this channel did a lot of tutorial videos, keep your videos short, because people aren't going to watch a 20-minute video. In fact, I think my shortest video is like 58 seconds long, showing people how to grow netherwort in Agrarian Skies 2. Which, I had problems with it. Other people had problems with it. But you don't have to go into a full, and you take your netherwort and you place it in on your soul sand, and then you build. You don't need any of that. You can just basically say very quickly, if you want to grow netherwort, just make sure it's in a dark area. Put some put some of the blackout curtains down and all that. Doesn't need to be complicated. Right, actually going to start building stuff in a minute, because my chainsaw should be almost done. But I say the parts of my chainsaw should be almost done. Which means... Alright, okay, so we got some cement, so we can do some construction of actual stuff, because I think I finally stopped complaining about the world. That needs to be connected up to that. That needs to be connected up to somewhere. I don't have the cable. Wait, I don't have the cable? I thought I just picked up the... 2 seconds. I think I may have forgotten to pick up the cables. Oh yeah, because it's not in there. It's a brain. Brain is hard. Thinking is hard at whatever time it is now. On a Sunday, before Monday happens. Everybody loves Mondays, right? Right, okay, so I've done that, I've got that set up, that's when I'm running. I need the screws, power grid shut down, because either I've put too much stress on it, but I think it's probably that it's run out of... No, it won't be that it's run out of power. I've probably put too much stress on the grid. Let me just sort that out. Right. Grid is now back online. Oh yes, and we got the better biofuel now, so that's good. Right. Assembler would be good. Is that required for that? This is really good, because this unlocks some quite useful stuff. That is also good, because that also unlocks useful stuff. Oh, just do everything. But, let's start work on the space elevator, because that is going to be needed. So, what do we need? We need more wire. Well, we should have more wire, and we need more iron rods. This is a huge structure, and actually this structure is very interesting. In fact, quite a lot of these buildings are. Everything looks big and bulky, which I love. This right, we need to fix this. We need to fix copper now. Now there was, admittedly, this was Mars 1, and Mars 1 we all know was a little bit of a scam. I don't believe Mars 1 is active anymore, but it used to be a program by which they wanted to put people on Mars. But instead of taking astronauts, it would basically be done in a sort of a, almost like a reality TV show style of picking people. And, you know, obviously people went for it because, you know, it's like Big Brother but space, and you're never coming back because we've not quite worked out how to do that bit yet. We can get people to Mars, and getting people back could be a little bit more awkward because, well, there's an awful lot more infrastructure on Earth than there is on Mars. But anyway, but they did postulate some very interesting ideas. If your local repair shop is Earth, how do you repair stuff quickly? And the obvious answer is you pick technology that's going to last, for a start, but also is fairly low tech. Big, bulky, power grid shut down again, you know, big, bulky technology is what you want. Because what you don't want is your refrigerator to break down and all your food to go bad. Because that's basically the end of the mission, and then good luck getting people home, because again, Mars. So, you know, they were sort of postulating all these sorts of, like, everything was basically big and bulky. You know, that was the whole sort of thing behind it. Right, can I do walls with hole in? No, I can't. I can do that. So that will be my entrance, and then this will be my splitter, and then we go in there, and we go in there, and we go in here. Right, all these are creating wires because I need wire, except for that one which doesn't exist yet. Fine. Take these down. I don't know what that is actually hooked to. Everything by the looks of things. And right. This will be smoother eventually, but it's fine. Right, so this now needs power because the system's shut down. I overloaded the grid before, and I think what's probably happened is that the biofuel that I put in there just wasn't enough. I think I put in like 9 pieces of biofuel and then just went off and did something else. Sounds very much like me. Right, system's back online. Good. Let's get some more useful stuff from everywhere. So yeah, everything just looks sort of big, bulky, you know. It's the sort of stuff that you could imagine coming to this planet and building. This sort of stuff out of local materials. You know, it was actually also what the Geks were originally designed for, from Fallout. From the Fallout series. The Bible itself says that the Gek was, you know, part of it was, you know, blueprints and sort of ways to kind of set up civilization using local materials. Yeah, that's fine. It's a bit messy, but it's fine. Right, that's all now running, except that needs to be all set up for copper. ingots. Everything's now creating wires. And as my last trick for this section, I will completely mess up the foundations. And then just stick them there and there. And finally, storage container. There we go. Perfect. That goes in there. And then we get our merger. And then these all merge into this. Right. Factory copper is set up. That's good. That's fine. What I will do is drop all that into there. Drop that into there. Just get it out of my inventory, basically. Excellent. That's that one done. Now, that's creating wire. We need more concrete. This system is not cutting it. Wait. Why do I have my hard drive in my... That shouldn't be in there. I thought when I... did I forget to save? I don't think I did. Fine. Hard drive, boom. Good. Right. Hard drive is now... So the hard drives are ways of making alternate recipes for stuff. So there's some quite useful recipes. The one that I really want is... I can't remember what it is specifically, but it's a way of making screws out of iron ingots. It cuts out the need to have two constructors, which is good. Put those screws into here. While I go hunting for... I say hunting, I need to just walk over here. No, I don't. I need a... where is it? Production? Equipment workshop. That's the one. One of these. I need to make a new portable miner. Alright. I also need to make one of these in a bit, but that will come at some point. Right. So that goes into there. That goes into there. So this is just going to be making concrete. And I'm just going to wire that one into there, so that extra biomass generator and all that. Okay, so that should now be doing that. And power grid is now shut down. Excuse me a moment while I go and deforest some more of this planet. I need to make a chainsaw. This is... Right, we're making a chainsaw. What do I need for the chainsaw? I know I need 5 of these, which means screws. Which means I need to have this running. In fact, why not? Let's get some solid biofuel going, because this is more efficient than the standard biomass. So right, that's that. So what do I need for my chainsaw? Yeah, just 5 of these. I'll probably have to just manually make the screws, because yeah, the chainsaw will just make life a lot easier because you can deforest larger area with the chainsaw. So it's definitely worth doing. I think it's 120 or 140. I'll go to 140. Yeah. Right, chainsaw 160, as it turns out. There we go. 160. It's also the object scanner, which we could make, but it's fine. Right. Chainsaw. Which of course needs fuel. Just make some fuel out of that. There we go. Right. Now let's go and see how these trees like this. This looks good. This looks like a good tree. And we kind of cut down in much larger areas, so much more time efficient. We could also set up a system. It's a bit awkward doing biomass early, automated biomass early, and when you can actually automate it properly, you don't need it. At least you don't need so much. So it's a little bit of an interesting one. Okay, let's take all of that. So I need, why I'm making, everything should just be being made now. Right, got the rods, we've got the plates, the wire might be done. Concrete probably not, but not yet. We need another, what is it, 300 or so. Well, we can do a bit of exploration, a little bit, because there is another hard drive that I know of that's nearby. In fact, there's a couple. Alright, let me fix this power grid situation again. This is the early game. We do get automatic power, but not yet. That's why I'm working on the space elevator, because that will allow me to get coal power. Yeah, that's not something that can be done just yet, which is a bit annoying, but it's also just part of the flow. You know, the start to the first two tiers are basically to teach you why automation is good. It's to make sure that you understand what the flow of the game is. It's to, you know, you get your power. You make sure your power is a solid system. And certainly, you know, when we get to like coal power, there'll be a bit more sort of going on there. But anyway, just get that into there, get that going. Splitting the stacks and going over there. Right, now, there is, I believe, right, yeah, there is one over here somewhere. No, it's around this roadway. Okay. And unfortunately there are some beasties, and it is getting dark. So that's not a beastie, that's just a thingamajig. There's a pack of beasties on this road, I believe. That's also not a beastie. Around the corner. It's on a patrol, and I think there's like 1 or 2 of them, which I do need to kill some more of them anyway. So here we go. Where are you? There you are. Come on. Ah, yeah, second one. That one's bigger. That one's a lot bigger. That's not the one that I thought I was going to encounter. Yep, that's not a good one. That is not the one that I thought I would encounter at all. He's just gonna... yeah, I'm basically dead now. One more hit from him, and I'm gone. Hopefully, he'll give up in a minute. Yeah, it's fine. That is... I hate those. Simply put, I do hate them. It's fine, we weren't carrying anything. Cast screws. Well, why would you not go for cast screws? Because it's less power to make screws. So, where are you? Here. Select recipe, alternate cast screw, and yeah. So that is now making screws. This is screws, ordinary screws. Nothing different about them. Except it's just generally a much better recipe, I think. It's 5 iron per 20 for 20 screws, and it's got it's better production rate, and it's less power because you're not having to run a second constructor. So certainly not going to say no to that. I was actually carrying all my stuff on me. Like, oh, I don't have anything important on me. Oh no, that's all the stuff that I need for the constructor. Hopefully it's gone away. They're pretty territorial, but we'll see. That thing is, there's one up in the desert, and by the time I always encounter it, I run it down. Because, I'm not a fan of them. They're boss monsters. So I have to say, I am slightly surprised to see one there. Right, okay, well, now I know. We need a tractor really before we go that way. It's fine. There's a cargo pod with a whole bunch of stuff next to it down there. But it's fine. Can work this one out. Right, so so the space elevator is going to be going down around here. We need to do parts assembly anyway before we can actually unlock all the bits. Right. It's expensive, but it's huge. So it kind of... right, there we go. Got another one down. I'm going to do a little bit of exploring down this way. Until the power inevitably cuts out and I have to run back. But I know down there's uranium and spiders. There's a power slug there, which I do need to grab. Power slugs mean that I can upgrade my buildings. Just one on its own. Usually 3 will do it, or 4. Right. Let's go back and do a bit of research. Obviously, this sort of game, there's multiple ways to get around. So we've got the tractor, which will be our first of, once we get to tier 3. There's the tractor, and then later on there's the truck, the monorail, and the drone. And there's a whole bunch of like equipment slots and the like. So, as always, very early game. This is very very basic stuff that I've got here. Right. These are not putting out the amount of concrete that I really need them to. These veins aren't great either. They're impure, so they're not bringing out much limestone. And the tech that I've got is just it's not great. Right. Okay. I need to do a bit of research. Go down here. Get that, and we get that. As I said before, I'm not a huge fan of having all these different types. Yeah, I can do that one. It allows me to overclock my stuff. And this one, which should allow me to make this stuff into biomass. So if as well as being able to unlock some inventory slots. Right. Good. Let's get some more concrete. Which means I need to first go into here to grab one of these. And, ooh, oh no, that's limestone. That's the stuff that I do need to make cement. It's a pure vein, so I thought I may as well grab it and then shove it into here, because that will speed things up a little bit as well. I'll probably finish the stream once we get the space elevator up, and then might do a bit off camera just to kind of get the factory sort of set up a little bit more, because I think we've probably seen enough of the early game now. But I do the space elevator just looks really cool. So yeah, let's do a bit of deforesting and say I've got enough. I won't. This is the thing, I won't. 36. I'm slowly getting there. Right, so I've got a whole bunch of stuff for making into biomass. Solid biofuel. Let's just build a quick system that's just going to right, so that is just making biofuel. It's a horrible looking system, and you know, give me some time just to neaten all the these factory bits up off cam, and it will look a lot neater. Kind of what I've been doing in Minecraft. A lot of my time has just been spent sort of fixing things, so it doesn't look quite so horrible. I don't know how much I've necessarily achieved. There's some bits where I'm just a little bit not sure about, but it's coming on quite well. I'm still not to the level where I could say, oh, I'm a competent builder or anything, but you know, it's nothing on the level of I watch. I've been watching Secret Life, Grian's little project, the Life series, and it's hilarious. But because it's a whole bunch of builders doing like this sort of PvE, PvP sort of thing, all their houses just look wonderful. They look weird and crazy, and they're, you know, B-Dubs built his house upside down, so Mumbo just like for a task, but Mumbo built his house sideways, which means that his front door is through the chimney, and Martin's built a dog, and yeah, so it's just these really, really nice structures in this PvP sort of short-term PvP type world type thing. It's very funny. It's one of the few pieces of actual genuine entertainment that I have these days. Comedy just isn't comedy anymore. It's, you know, being mean to one another, and I'm not into that. I like my clever comedies, or comedies which are just people panicking and doing dumb stuff. Taskmaster, you know. I feel like the live series kind of, there are the sort of the humour level is that of what you would expect from Taskmaster, where it's people panicking and being forced to do stuff that they may not necessarily want to do, but they have to do it because that's how they think that they're going to win. So you end up with, you know, things like the hilarious complete failures at building traps. Just topping up these with proper fuel, so that's all running again now. Yeah, if you've not seen the live series, it might be worth a watch. Grian does quite good. He does quite a good sort of explanations of the game that they're playing. He does like these little. So each one of them generally uses his intro for the first one. You know, they're simple and to the point, which is what you want in a basic, hey, this is what's happening sort of video. Alright. Finally, I can build this thing. Right, this is huge. So, in special, we want it sort of aiming this way, though I'm probably going to move it at some point anyway. It doesn't matter. But, here we go. So this thing is huge. And it's still going. This isn't even it. This isn't even the entire thing on. There we go. And it almost there. All the parts are flying into it. Absolutely beautiful animation. And then down comes the cable from up there. They've kind of thought about how a space elevator would look. Come on. There it is. It's still coming down. Ooh, that, yeah. And then you get your sparks coming off there, and then it kind of, the big hooks, you know, grabbing it, holding it in, and then the space elevator bit comes down, and it all settles down, and that is the space elevator. And it's big, it's chunky, it's exactly what you want from something big and chunky. And my next aim will be to make lots and lots of smart plating. But I think that's all I'm going to be doing for tonight with this, especially as my power is shut down yet again. I will probably be doing a bit of off-camera work, not moving forward, just to the side a bit, neatening up these factories, fueling them up, getting them ready for continuing on. But for now, I will end this video stream here. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.